Hello everybody, welcome back to Sarah Plays Belegar, Ironhammer in the Old World campaign. So this is part 2 of this campaign, and so far things are going okay, but again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have to try to figure out where Carrick 8 Peaks is. No idea where that's at. And as you guys have told me, it's a region, not a single settlement, and I have no idea where that region is. I don't think any of these quests are going to tell me, unfortunately. Capture and occupy Carrick Loon, yeah. So I don't even know which direction to head in, which is slightly unfortunate. But I also... Oh, wait. Retake the Realms Part 2. Retake the Realms Part 2. What is this quest? Left click to open the Greatest of Grudges. Is this it? Is this where I gotta go? It looks like it could be a Carrick 8 Peaks location. So you know what? I'm gonna say that this is where I have to go. So north it is, and we'll see if we are correct in that. But there's a lot of things that unfortunately I'm gonna have to take care of because I'm at war with these guys. I'd like to be able to wipe them out. And then also, nope, that's corn. These guys have territories that I'm gonna want because that would round out my province. I couldn't think of the word. Right now, we're not on terrible... Well, okay, I guess we are kind of on bad terms, but they only have 4 settlements, so they've got these 3 and then one other one somewhere. So that's gonna have to be something we take care of, and... I'm surrounded by greenskins pretty much everywhere else, and so the problem is I have the upkeep penalty until I can retake Carrick 8 Peaks, but I'm going to need to be able to defend my home territory while Belegar goes on this pilgrimage to retake Carrick 8 Peaks, which again I'm really hoping is up here, so we'll just have to see how that goes. In the meantime, I'm going to spend a turn just finishing up my recruitment. I know I've got a butt ton of miners in here, which is not my preference, but I don't have the buildings to really get... I'm going to get a couple of dwarf warriors, but I was just trying to round out my army with these guys. They're kind of the dwarf version of cannon fodder, I think. I will need a tier 3 building. Oh, that's Bugman Rangers. Oh no, they're only tier 1 for regular rangers. So I'm going to want to get that as soon as possible. This already had this building here, but as soon as I can get one of my territories up, I'm going to need to build that building because I want more rangers instead of all these miners, because he gives decent buffs to rangers. So, all right, I can't remember if I checked diplomacy. I probably did because I always do, sometimes multiple times in the same turn. So there's that. Black Crag. Oh, Carrick Ziflin. Alright, so I might want both of those. They hold both of those. So that's probably where I'm going to go next. And I think that's all I can do. So thankfully, I do have a decent income right now. It's, even with a full army, it shouldn't be like I'm bankrupting myself. Which helps because I play the dwarves even slower than I play most other factions, so we could be in trouble if my economy starts to tank, because I'm not going to be able to fight battles as quickly as I'll need to in order to maintain my armies. But yeah, ideally I'd be able to afford a second army to hold the fort down here if I send Belegar after Carrick 8 Peaks. And even then, I'd want to have a semi-decent army for Belegar, just because I don't know what to expect when I get to Carrick 8 Peaks. Carrick 8 Peaks itself probably has a pretty beefy garrison, and if it's being held by Skarsnik, which I think is who holds it in Immortal Empires, I don't know if that's the same here, or if it's a Skaven faction. It could be Skaven or Greenskins, for all I know. I'm not up on my lore to know. I want to say Belegar fought both at Carrick 8 Peaks, but maybe it was specifically Skarsnik. Anyway, so I could build Vallea's Sorrow up, or I can build... I think I'm going to go Vallea's Sorrow up to tier 2. Just so that I can get a ranger building in there. And then I'm going to go after Carrick-Siflin. Let's move slowly. See what's up here.
On my way.
The nice thing is that usually the ogre garrisons aren't too crazy because they rely a lot more on camps. I don't know what this is. Oh, this. What does this show me? I'm not sure what this shows me. But anyway, I gotta hurry up because I also forgot about the whole grudge situation. So this is basically just a move and build turn. And I'm so glad these turns come faster than the last one, because I was really struggling to sit through like 6 minutes of a turn, and now it's cut down to like maybe what, minute and a half, 2 minutes, something like that. Much more doable. So I'm really glad they fixed that. I don't think I'm going to have enough movement. I almost should have forced marched a little bit just to get closer, because I don't know that I'm going to have enough movement to take that settlement next turn. It's going to be a bit of a stretch, I think, with my campaign movement range. So that's going to have to be something I spec into, because I can't remember if I put a point into that or if I put a point into the army. I'll have to check on Belegar. Belegar's also like such a tank in melee that I want to also focus on his personal stats to make him a force to be reckoned. Alright, so diplomatic relation with dwarves, that'll help. Alright. Oh, darn it! I'm so mad. I should have force marched just to get a little bit closer. It's so annoying. So he's going to get another turn of recruiting. So let's see. Physical resistance when defending. Leadership melee defense. Rate mining camp. Okay, so it's like raiding. Oath gold per turn. Yikes. Don't want that because I don't really have any oath gold. Goodness, I can't stop yawning. I'm going to go into Vallea's Will. Since we can't get there this turn anyway. If they decide to attack me, which they likely will not, I will be in this stance. Alright, technology. So we have heavy quern stones or marching songs. Growth or army? Growth or army? Let me do army. And then maybe I'll go back to growth. Building upgrade could spend on growth here. Is it worth growth here now when I don't have the other territories? Part of me is thinking just wait and save my money. This is also going to kill me. I'm getting a -5 to control because of Carrick 8 Peaks. And a -10 because of the income. Which, I mean, if I need to turn the income off, it's still not going to be that good. I take it back. The difficulty level is giving me a small boon. And I really don't need rebellions. I forgot that was such an interesting thing with the Grimhammer mod, is everybody rebels all the time. I've got some time though. I'm at -21. Those people can wait. And I'm hoping Gut Flag only recruits more Noblars instead of the Ogre Bulls, because the Ogre Bulls I feel like are a bit more nasty than the Noblars are. Although the Noblars do have the ranged attack and... Oh, he's just going to leave. Alright, well, don't mind if I do then. I'll take Carrick-Zephlin from you. And chase you to wherever you're going. Carrick-Yar? Oh, that would be great if Carrick-Yar is within 1 turn from Carrick-Zephlin. Then the next 2 turns I could pick up this. Both of these. And then that would round out that province. And then part of me would say if they still wanted a peace treaty at that point, I might consider a peace treaty. Just so that I can focus elsewhere. But I don't know. Oathgold Vault. Ensure the following building has been constructed. So, Makaz Ungor. So, Oathgold, control, corruption, income. And that would give me a lot of Oathgold if I could build that. Oh, it's getting worse. Actually, I guess it's not getting worse. I thought it was because I thought it was minus 12 and now it's minus 14. I must be on something. I might turn the income off just because I think I'll be okay without it for right now. And let's go after Carrick-Zephlin. Oh, would you look at that. Decisive victory, low casualties. So they've got a wizard. There's a fire guy. They've got some ogres. I'm like wondering if I need to fight this. They've got a random lead belcher, which is annoying. And once again, they have the better area. I'm so worried because with dwarf casualty replenishment, I'm worried about taking too much damage. All right, let's just see how much it gives me. This might be really stupid, but I'm just going to see how much damage it gives me. Mostly to the miners, which is not the worst thing in the world. Okay, so this was not the main settlement, unfortunately.
True king of 8 peaks.
Now the question is, do I want to do some merging? So it takes me down to 18. And merging... If I merge these, it takes me down to 17. So that gives me room to put in 3 new guys. Do I want some Dwarf Warrior Great Weapons? They're still shielded, which I did not think they should be shielded. I thought they were the non-shielded variant. So unless that is a mistake, I'm going to get 3 of them. That's going to hurt the income, but it's alright. I think I like them better than miners anyway. So, Route Marcher, campaign movement range plus 5%. I'll put a point into that, and then I'm probably going to go back to the army. Meanwhile, I should make it a point to not diplomatize with Skaven or Greenskins, just to be cheeky. Alright, so I need a few more grudges. I've got plenty of time, so... Skarsnik is right here, which makes me think if Carrick 8 Peaks is that place up north, Skarsnik probably doesn't hold it. So who would? And maybe it's not Skarsnik in Immortal Empires. Maybe it is like a random greenskin faction, and maybe Skarsnik just tends to take it. Because I feel like when I've played Belegar before, I feel like he's gotten to Carrick 8 Peaks and Skarsnik has occupied it. Because I think it's Skarsnik and Queek that, well, maybe it's Skaven and Greenskins in general, but Skarsnik and Queek I think are the closest ones there. And both factions, or both races, I should say, I think have special buildings for Carrot Gate Peaks along with the dwarves. So I could be entirely misremembering how this is, but it also has been a very long time since I've played Belegar in general and played him to a length where I actually got to Carrot Gate Peaks. So my memory could be faulty. Alright, so let's go after these guys. Pyrrhic victory with medium casualties. It's probably a bad idea to auto-resolve this, but I'm not one to really fight siege battles. Should I waste a turn in siege? Because the casualty replenishment is going to be so bad. Because there's also no guarantee. I mean, they could also bring another army. Siege tower, battering ram. Alright, let's siege for one turn. Because I feel like, isn't it different where they don't take attrition? Oh, and there's Skarsnik, so I may have to be very careful here. Because he's also level 3. And Belegar is level 3. And I don't quite have the ranged units in this army that I would like. Carrick Ziflin. Now, I'm wondering if I should demolish this building and put a ranger building in here. That might be what I do. Alright, so gather the throng recruitment cost. I know I said I was going to go back to growth, but recruitment cost sounds cool. Ancestral shield bearers. That's a pretty sweet looking unit right there. Alright, I'm going to do this because I think I'm going to be doing more recruiting than growing for right now, so let's work on that. Alright, so Thrani Ironbrow is my runesmith. I was trying to spec into Wrath and Ruin, but Ancestral Grudge is also good, but he's not one that I want to necessarily have in melee. So I think I'm going to just full on go damage with him right now. This guy, increased mobility. I feel like campaign movement range is important, so I'm making an effort to spec into that. This guy, I'm not fighting greenskins right now, but I feel like it could be important, so I'm gonna go weapon strength for him, and I think I'm gonna go weapon strength for him also. Alright, still have growth to put there. Yikes, this is bad. Collected income is -8. It's still gonna go down, or it's gonna be 0. Oh, because if I take income off, it gives me a +2. This one gives me a +1. Climate. If I could turn around and take these. Is this their last settlement? That's a good question. It is. Alright, so they'll be wiped out if I can take this. Skarsnik does not like me, so Ruler's Prejudice -250. That's fair. That's fair, Skarsnik. You know what? That's fair. How many settlements do you have? 2. Really? Only 2? Only those 2? Oh man, so part of me like really wants to go hard against them. Look at me doing this again. Alright, they really want peace, but I want to destroy them, so. If they fight back, I'll have to see what the auto-resolve says, but I could potentially end up fighting it on the map. And then if they don't fight back, if it's still Pyrrhic victory with medium casualties, I'll have to decide, because I am trying to go fast before Skarsnik is able to really get off the ground and start wawing those around him. If I could take Skarsnik out early, that would be fantastic. Because he's going to be a big threat to me. But if I'm too cavalier in taking damage against these ogres, I won't be able to hold my own against his army.
Slay you where you stand.
Now, it would be really bad if... Okay, so close victory, medium casualties. What's the map like here? Give me a choke point. No. So they're attacking me, which means I might be able to corner camp. The lead belchers I don't love because I don't have anything against that range unless I send Belegar out. Good against structure, projectile explosion. That's just gross that they even get one of those. All right, so I did a save. Let's fight it and see how it goes. I'm only really nervous about those lead belchers. Because I don't have any grudge throwers myself. Depending on where they're placed, if I could almost sacrifice miners or all of my miners to go after them. Because other than this, they've got Noblar throwing knives, throwing axes, whatever those are. All right, so this is so bright. So bright. Part of me wants to just choke point right here. Well, I can only choke point like right here. I think I might this time put the miners out front. Because they're more expendable to me than the rest of my units are. Alright, so I can only back up to about here. I will stretch these guys out. I know typically with archers you're not supposed to do that, but I want to get as much of the range as I can. And then we're just going to try to camp. Stagger a little bit here. Have some of the armor piercing out front. Although, actually, I might have the armor piercing back just a little bit. Because these guys do have charge defense against large foes. Which is important for the ogre charging. I'm so bad at setting up armies. Alright, so this guy's going here. You're going here, you're going here, you're going there. I just have you go here. And the miners, might put you on the wings. So sorry. Alright, and then we've got support specialist, runesmith. Kind of want him to be back a little bit closer to the rangers, and then Belegar. Alright, let's see how this goes. I don't even know if I can get into position before they attack me. Alright, so we got dwarf warrior. Oh, I've got dwarf warriors on top of the other guys. Who's giving you guys orders? Surely it's not me. Alright, so we've already got Noblars. Okay, let's hold this down. The Noblar trappers. Alright, they're all seeming to head that direction. Our trappers. They're just gonna sit there and pelt my miners, aren't they? So let's bring the miners back, because I want to try to draw them in a little bit closer. The lead belchers are back there. Maybe he'll focus on my lord. Yeah, they're gonna fire at Belegar. How much is that gonna hurt? A little bit, not the worst thing in the world. Alright, have Belegar fight him. Ouch. Alright, so these miners are not going to be in a good way. Okay, and I actually need to be careful because I have a pretty decent little vortex of enemies right here. Alright, this guy, King Lun Ironhammer. You're kind of in the thick of it, aren't you? You're right here. Part of me wants... Cast this on yourself. No, I can cast it on Belegar. Part of me wants you to go after the lead belchers. Can you do that for me, King Lun?
Axes out, lads! Fight! Yes, Lord! The clans unite!
Okay, these miners are not holding up well. That's to be expected.
Warriors! Go! We are relentless! Go!
Okay, these guys are taking damage. These guys are not doing anything just yet.
For mountain at home! Miners!
I don't know why I put it on that guy.
Belegar,
Okay, I really need to take out the lead belchers.
for the High King!
Okay, these guys.
Dwarf warriors!
I'm gonna bring the dwarf warriors over to assist.
Kill them! Hammerers! Attack the earth!
Okay, who are these? Nalvar trappers. Alright.
Warriors!
They are fleeing. King Lun, go after them. Okay, let's focus on these ogre bull dual weapons. I wonder if another spell maybe in this direction is that gonna do a lot of damage against them. Alright, he is fleeing again. Belegar's taking on those guys. Melee defense. Alright. The armor piercing is good. Oh, you let the lead belchers get away, Belegar. My dude. Can I get within range of them? I think I can.
Ready to serve! Show the wizards! Attack! Will do! Dwarves, ready axes! Miners!
Okay, so their fire belly didn't get too much off, I don't think.
Yes! Kazook! Dwarves, ready axes!
Yeah, I can't cast it on myself, otherwise I totally would.
It is a reckoning.
Actually, no, wait. Just give him a buff. Make sure there's no holes in my ranger defenses.
Pick your targets well. So we attack.
Okay, these guys aren't moving. They're just letting themselves get shot to death.
Vengeance.
Belegar's doing okay. This guy's doing okay. This guy's doing okay. These guys, not so much. Because they're just getting shot at.
For the ancestors. Understood.
Alright, I think maybe
Come together, lads.
we're... Everybody's fleeing, so it's very difficult to tell.
Dwarf warriors. Yes, yes.
Hammerers are not doing anything. They're too valuable a unit to not be doing anything. Yeah, keep the lead belchers occupied here.
Right far, right fast.
Okay, they're fleeing off the map. Okay, King 1.
To attack.
Hopefully, soon they'll be breaking. I'm gonna pull these guys back. Hammers are doing okay. Yeah, most everybody's breaking. Craven, my warriors flee. Oh, these guys. Well, you held out longer than I expected that you would. And bring the better units in. Don't flee that way, though. Okay, one of your units has used all its ammunition. Alright, these guys, I'm not going to have you go into melee. They're shattered. Belegar's still cleaning up here. Miners. We're so close. I can just get them so they're not. Cast a spell around those guys. You guys take out the... Oh, that might hurt my own guys. Back it up, Terry. Back it up, Terry. Back it up, Terry. Okay. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. So, I mean, it wasn't the worst thing. Close victory. That's what the auto-resolve had. The majority of the damage was the miners, which I had hoped for. Hammers, they were excellent. Did very well. Wrath of Ruin and Wrath. No. Rune of Wrath and Ruin for the win on these guys. This guy, I should say. So if I need to merge my miners again and recruit, I have the income to do that. So that's kind of how I'm mitigating my low casualty replenishment rate. But I'm happy with that result. I am happy. It was messy. Wasn't my best attempt at corner camping, but I get hyper-focused on things like the lead belchers and can kind of ruin my game plan. But I feel like Belegar is definitely a dude that you can be a little... You can make mistakes with, and he's very forgiving. He can take a lot of punishment. A lot of Ricky mistakes. And that's why I like playing lords like that. I like playing lords that won't just crumble in melee. I can kind of throw them in there, forget about them, and focus on trying to handle the rest of my army. But with this, these guys should be wiped out, which is nice. It'll get me some grudges. Oh, sweet. Army replenishment. That's fantastic. I will definitely take that, and then I won't have to worry about... Oh, because I'll have to fight them again. I forgot. Because they attacked me. Drat. So maybe I will have to just auto-resolve this next one. Or I could try to fight it again and see if it goes better. It doesn't look like... I mean, I did damage, but it doesn't look like I actually wiped out too many units. Just see. But it would not surprise me if in the next turn or so Skarsnik declares war on me. I'm not sure who else he might be at war with. It'd be nice if he was at war with somebody else so that all of the heat isn't on me, but I know as soon as I declare war on him, he's going to turn around and try to get me. Also, I'm mad at myself for ending that battle so fast. I was just thinking like, oh, siege battle, I'll automatically win, but he had attacked me, so. Alright, so he's taking a bit of damage. They're taking attrition. The garrison is low. Decisive victory. I'm just gonna... Alright, I'm just gonna call it. Okay. Westgate, Rock Skulls destroyed. Alright. So my casualty replenishment rate isn't too terribly bad, thankfully. Alright, so I have to... Recruitment cost is good. But I really want that ranger building. And I will have to build this somewhere. I think I'm going to pop a ranger building here. And here I could do... What's this? Reinforced citadel. Oh, that's nice. Quarrelers. Oh, that's very nice. That is a nice building. Wow. Melee defense for ranger units, own faction... Or own armies faction-wide. Armor piercing when defending. Control +10. Control in adjacent provinces. Oh! Don't mind if I do, thank you. I've also gone past my time, so I'm going to have to be careful here. So I'm gonna try to beef up my army a little bit. Commandment. I think for now it's probably going to be best to do control and corruption, casualty replenishment rate. Okay. Well, I'm happy with that. Let me do this real quick. And I think even though the turns take some time, I think what I'll do is I'll end it here and we can pick up by doing the end turn at the beginning. I know that's going to be kind of boring, but we'll pick it up doing the end turn, and then I'm going to have to immediately probably go after Skarsnik. He doesn't have much of a garrison there. That one's a little bit better, so this may be my first place to go, and I know he's hanging around here somewhere. Who's he at war with? Clan Gratak. Okay. All right, well, that's going to be my plan. So that's it for this one, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you'll come back and see me in the next one.